Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about that first video I did a year ago about why to collect physical media in 2024. Now obviously it's 1 year. The first video was posted on the 5th of March 2024 and it is now the 5th of March 2025. And over the year I've had a lot of time to reflect on physical media, and I want to talk about the current state of physical media and why I'm a little bit over physical media. Because you can see I've got my hair up in the ponytail. I never do it in the ponytail for these videos, so I'm trying something a little different. But the current state of physical media is an odd one. And why is it an odd one? Well, we've seen from so many people over the internet and over YouTube, people are talking about disc rot and discrediting physical media. Now, I consider this like a physical media library of sorts. I consider it a physical media library because it is mine. It is something that is a reflection of myself that I like to collect and I take joy in collecting. But you see with physical media games in particular, I've got a couple over here from my original collection. Obviously I threw out the covers to these ones, but I've still got the discs. Some of these older games, Crash Bandicoot, PS1 era, PS2 era, a lot of these go for a lot of money, and yeah, while those games are very collectible, I don't think it's encouraging to newer fans coming in to play these games for the first time and experience games and experience movies for the first time. I don't think it's a right thing to do, and that's why I'm a little bit over it. Like, as we see new releases come out, we get new ports of older movies. I've recently replaced Demolition Man with a 4K copy. Haven't seen them, but I wanted to upgrade it. And there's a part of me that's like, is that justifying the cost of the new transfer? Part of me says no. And there's a part of me that's just like, why do I continue to buy? I mean, there's a part of me that's just like, do I need any more than I currently have? I have just about every movie I could possibly imagine in my collection. Yes, there's some missing. Yes, there's some that isn't complete sets. Yes, there's some that's like, oh, they've just announced this. But it's not like it once was, where I was like, oh my god, I gotta get the new 4K, I gotta get that, gotta go and buy all them. It's more like, I don't know if I really need it. My old copy seems to work just as well. And there seems to be this rush from collectors to get out there and buy it, because if you don't support it, they're going to stop making them, you know? There's this whole dilemma of, if you don't buy it, well, physical media is going away. I don't believe that to be the case. And another reason why I'm over this whole mentality on YouTube is because I feel, as collectors on YouTube and people relaying this information to new collectors, we're creating like dangerous mindsets around collecting, saying you must buy everything. And I'll admit, I got into that mentality when I first started collecting this stuff. I needed to have everything. And then you look at a collection like this and it's just like, do I have too much? And I have everything. I like to have it, don't get me wrong. I very much like to have this in my collection, so don't mistake what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when you're relaying this to newer collectors, who are you to say that they're collecting the wrong way because they're not buying the 4Ks? Who's to say they're collecting the wrong way because they're not buying the newest ones, or they're buying the oldest ones, or they're paying stupid amounts for a VHS tape? I believe collectors can collect whatever they want, and they should be available to them at whatever price point they're happy with. Now, obviously, I've talked about being a bit happier to pay a bit extra for some of the collector's editions. I do like to have a nice box set in my collection. There's reasons why I'll go out and pay over $100 for the Marvel TV shows. There's a reason for that. I do enjoy those. I do want them in the collection, and I do see value in them. But it's not something that I feel I should be encouraging constantly and being like, I must talk about this, and frame by frame, this is what's better. And I don't believe that. I believe if you need to have it in your collection, have it in your collection. If you don't see value in it, don't have it in your collection. And this is a mentality I've been employing in the past couple of months, where I've really started to look at my collection and saying, why do I have everything? Off camera here, I've got a bit of a mess on the floor because I'm kind of sorting through a bunch of stuff, trying to go through the old DVDs, saying, what fits with my collection? What am I actually going to watch? Now, I might sell stuff eventually, I might donate stuff, I don't know, but there's a part of me that's just like, is my collection a reflection of myself? And does it reflect my collecting habits, but also my tastes in movies, my tastes in what I like. I'm starting to think maybe less is more. And while I'm not going to be donating the 4Ks, I'm definitely not getting rid of my 4Ks, and definitely Blu-rays. To an extent, the Blu-rays I'm not going to go through. It's mostly the DVDs I'm looking at this point. There's DVDs in my collection where I'm just like, there's some I really want, like the Terminator 2 DVD with DTS in there and all that stuff. I am keeping that. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm keeping on DVD, don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing them all out. But I want to at least feel like everything I have in my collection is a reflection of myself, and that is why I feel I'm a little over collecting. I'm a little over going out, buying the newest one, saying I must run to JB Hi-Fi because they've just put out a new blah. It's like, nothing's really wrong with my Blu-ray copy. I've been going out and getting HD DVDs at op shops for $1 a piece, and they're 1080i or 1080p, but I don't see any issues with that. I think it's a pretty good deal. And same with Blu-ray. I can get pretty cheap Blu-rays at places like CEX, and, you know, there's nothing quite wrong with that. But I just am over this mentality on YouTube, especially, where we constantly go out and tell new collectors, you can't buy that, you can't buy this, don't buy it if it's not 4K. If it hasn't got every edition in there, the 3D edition as well, that no TV in this modern age supports, but you need to have the 3D disc in there for some reason, I just think we're relaying the wrong information to new collectors. And while I look at this collection around me, I get I went a bit crazy with this collection. 1 year in now, obviously I've been collecting this for about 5 years, 6 years. This one, the modern iteration of my collection. I've talked a bit about my previous iteration of the collection, which I had, that I took all the covers away and kept the discs. But this current iteration of my collection started in about 2020. And obviously the world changed at that time. Obviously we all went through that phase where the world shut down. But while I look at it now, I'm like, it's not actually that much I spent on this portion of the collection. And yeah, while people would say that's an insane amount, I don't think it is an insane amount. I think it gave me pride and joy. People go to places like casinos and spend their money. People pay in pretty destructive ways to lose their money with nothing to show for it. I have something to show for it, and this is something I can resell in to the most extent. There's a lot of Blu-rays here that won't resell, but I think it is something that was a good investment. Now, obviously, we've also heard about disc rot in the past couple of days because Campia did a video on it. And I think Robert Meyer Burnett, I think that's his name, but he was on there and talked a bit, yeah, disc rot is definitely an issue. Like, Warner Brothers had it, HD DVDs had it, Laserdiscs had it, like, it's a common issue. But he also very clearly put in that video, because Campia can play with the facts a little bit. Love John Campia though. But what can happen is, you know, he has CDs from the 80s that still play. So you have to look at it as, it's not all physical media that can rot and destroy itself. There are still CDs that play. There are still VHS tapes that play from the late 70s. There's Laserdiscs from the late 70s, back when they were DiscoVision. Like, there is a lot of stuff that survive. And you can't just say, oh, will the Warner Brothers expire? In an extent, it might expire in the US, but that might not be the case. Maybe they used a different manufacturing process in Australia. Maybe they used different manufacturing processes. But to say that it's all under one banner is a bit ill-sighted. Like, I think it's the wrong information. And look, this is the 1 year anniversary video, so I wanted to do something special. But I am a bit over physical media. I'm a bit over this mentality of, why are we constantly telling new collectors that your way of collecting is wrong? I think that's wrong. I think we need to say, you're collecting DVDs. Awesome, mate. Come and join us. Like, I've been a big fan since the start of this channel of telling new collectors, yeah, collect whatever you want, but make sure you're doing it in a sustainable way that looks after your finances and makes sure that you're doing it responsibly. But I also feel that you have the choice to say, I don't want to collect that. I want to collect DVDs. I want to collect VHS. I want to collect wrestling DVDs. I've talked about my wrestling collections. I'm wearing a Roman Reigns shirt right now. John Cena's heel. But, you know, this is the whole thing. I think we kind of relay the wrong information to a lot of new collectors, and we've got to stop doing it. I'm not over collecting in general. I'm not over anything to do with that. I'm just over this physical media mentality of, because I choose 4K to an extent, that I need to knock every other format. And I know I've made videos of like that in the past where I have knocked other formats, and I have done that. I have actively participated. But along the line, I've always said, you know, if that's my preferred method, there's nothing wrong with your preferred method. Still collect what you want. But we need to look at this as, I think we're just relaying the wrong information. And I think it's wrong to then sit there and say, well, you know, you don't like this, so you're collecting the wrong way. I think that's such a stupid mentality, and we need to stop doing it as collectors. Because, believe it or not, there is not going to be a format after 4K. We have to get that out of the thing. People are saying they're going to put it on glass, and they're going to do 200 gigabyte discs, and it's all going to be on a hard drive, which is basically where it's already at. But there's not going to be a format after 4K. This is where it tops out. This is the end of physical media. This is the last stop. There's not going to be 8K discs. I could see IMAX doing a concept of it, but it'll be on a 4K disc that can play on an 8K TV. There'll be a 4K player that's capable of upscaling to 8K. You kind of have that in the PlayStation already and the Xbox. But I just think we need to stop doing this whole mentality of guilt-tripping new collectors and guilt-tripping everyone. I'm over physical media because I don't like running out to JB Hi-Fi anymore and running out to wherever I get my discs anymore and saying, I must have the new collector's edition or whatever. I still will occasionally do it if it's something I'm passionate about. But if it's just a movie where I'm just like, oh, you know, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, never seen the movie. But I know it's coming out at JB Hi-Fi in Australia, and I know it was out in the US about a year or two ago. I don't know if I need to run out and collect it. I may very well go and buy it, but it's got to be a decision that I've weighed up and said, oh, you know, it's John Candy, I might definitely watch that, you know. But it's something I will analyze at the time when I'm in a JB Hi-Fi and say, okay, there's a sale on, for example. I might pick that one up. But I don't see why we need to knock everything like, oh, you must have it. You must have it day one. Wait for a sale, I say. And honestly, physical media, it's just overpriced at the moment. Sorry to say it, but these things, the Loki Season 2, that cost me like $100 and something to get imported through one of my contacts in Sydney. But there is some level of, I wanted that for the collection. I wanted to keep the MCU going. But to me, I liked Loki. I liked WandaVision. I liked Hawkeye. So I will collect those. I'm waiting for Miss Marvel to come out so I can put that in there as well. I want things that reflect what I love. And that's what I'm trying to do with my collection now. I don't really want to run out and buy everything. I'm just over physical media. But not in the way of like, I'm done with collecting. I'm just over physical media in the current form of, you must have everything. You must go out and buy everything. You must buy the brand new format. 9 times out of 10, I've been going out and buying the older Blu-rays or DVDs. Because for me, it's more about having the movie available. And I'm not going to put it on a Plex server. I've been ripping some because I want to have some on a hard drive in case of a blackout, then I have access to movies. But it's not something I'm running out saying, I must put it all on a Plex server, I must build a NAS, and, you know, I'm not doing that. I don't care. I just want to have a reflection of this being me. And that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. This was the 1 year anniversary video, but I wanted to do something special because I haven't done a physical media video. I know you've kind of done Bond videos, and I think I've done a Royal Rumble, not Royal Rumble, what was it? Elimination Chamber review. And I know I experimented with a couple of videos, just seeing what worked. But you guys have stuck with me for a year, so I'm going to just make one from the heart. And I think that's what you guys love. Like, I've stopped posting to Jamie Toomey Gaming. I've stopped posting to Jamie Toomey News for the time being. I'm focusing on the main channel. And I don't know how often I'm going to post. I will post when there's something to say. And that's the mentality I'm going into with the second year now. I don't need to have 3 channels. You guys were right. I don't need to have 3 channels. For me to focus on 3 channels and posting every day, I thought that's what people wanted. But you guys don't want that. People don't want to see me post about news. People don't want to see me, I mean, you guys want to see me talk about gaming, but you guys want to see me talk about physical gaming. You yeah, I can talk about PlayStation. They do well on the main channel, don't get me wrong. When I posted the PS5 video on that, you guys watch it, and I get that some people like that. But for the most part, you guys want to hear me talk about physical media, and I can talk about physical gaming on the main channel. So I don't really know why I need to do Jamie Toomey Gaming right now. Now, maybe I do see more potential in Jamie Toomey Gaming in a year or two when I have a stable footing on the main channel. But that would be mostly like gameplay or whatever. I might play Tony Hawk Pro Skater and try to beat it in an hour or something. That could be something for a future video on Jamie Toomey Gaming. But for right now, I'm not focused on that. I'm bringing it all back to the main channel. And yeah, I'm just over physical media because I'm over running out buying the newest thing and talking about the new consoles. And why do I constantly need to knock the new consoles? I mean, people do enjoy them. And I do believe there's not that many games exclusive on there, but people are buying the consoles. They're selling very well. So why knock it? I don't need to be bitter. I don't need to be ugly about it, you know? I can just have fun with this channel. We can have fun. We can enjoy physical media. And you guys can tell me when I'm doing the right topics and wrong topics. I know a lot of people have said you want to see the setup where I watch my things, you know, where I watch them. I don't think it's neat enough at the moment. I'm still constantly trying to get that just fine-tuned, so I will show it at some point. Some of you will have already seen the TV when I posted something to my Instagram a while back. All the videos are down from my Instagram at the moment, except for the stories. I have kept the stories going because that's where I'm posting the concert footage. Been going to a lot of concerts. I did 3 concerts in 4 days over the weekend. I did Billie Eilish on Friday. I did Kylie Minogue on Saturday. Stayed home, watched Elimination Chamber on Sunday. And then Monday, I did Green Day, so in Sydney, so that was pretty cool. But, you know, we'll see where this channel goes, and I don't know, we'll just bring it all back to the main channel and just have fun with it. Because that's what we haven't been doing this past year. I've been treating this channel, not you guys, but I've been treating this channel as like, oh, you know, I wanna make it something that I can take pride in, and it needs to grow, and I need to do certain topics. And when you look at the landscape of YouTube, everything seems to be, oh, you've got to do these videos because no one else will watch these videos, the other ones. So I believe I need to do some of those videos from time to time, but I don't think I need to do it negatively. I'm not over physical media because it's like bad for me or whatever. I will stop collecting the more modern ones, like if I feel it's not worth it. But I don't know. I feel like you guys are here for a different reason. You're here because you see the collection, you see me passionate about this, and you just want me to talk about physical media. Whether it's physical gaming, physical media, physical Blu-ray, DVD, whatever it is. Laser discs, some of you like the laser discs. But yeah, we're bringing it all back in, and we're gonna have fun this next year. We're just gonna take it slow, and we don't have to be the biggest YouTube channel on YouTube. There's part of me that likes seeing younger channels over here. Like, there's so many young channels on YouTube now that really get it right, and I'm seeing them grow, and there's part of me that's hoping they'll surpass me, you know. I'm at, what, 4,000 subscribers or something right now, and people say, you're criminally underrated, Jamie. You should have more subscribers. But I get what my content kind of seems all over the place. I get it. But, you know, there's a part of me that gets some joy when I see physical media collectors and even other people on YouTube inspired by me start, and then some of them get big subscriber counts in quick time. Like, that's fun to me. That's something that I really get inspired by. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I just want to bring it back to normal and just do what feels right. I don't have to post constantly. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll put something on the end screen. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll pick something fun and we'll have fun with it. Jump down in the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.